Hi, I'm Kira. For as long as I can remember, my sister Vanessa has always gotten what she wanted. Whether it was the last cookie in the jar or the bigger bedroom, my parents made sure her wishes came first. I learned to live with it, build my own life, and save enough to buy my dream car, a midnight blue Tesla Model 3 that I worked 3 years of overtime to afford. Kira, you won't believe what Vanessa just asked me, my best friend Alexis said, scrolling through her phone as we met for coffee. Let me guess, something outrageous that benefits only her? I stirred my latte, already anticipating the answer. She texted asking if I could convince you to lend her your Tesla for her honeymoon road trip. Said you're being difficult about it. I nearly choked on my drink. Difficult? I already told her no 3 times. It's a brand new car, and she's notorious for returning things damaged. Remember your designer purse? The one she borrowed for her engagement party? Alexis raised an eyebrow. Exactly. Came back with wine stains and a broken strap. She didn't even apologize, just said I should have bought the black one instead of cream. My phone buzzed with my mother's name flashing on screen. I answered, putting it on speaker so Alexis could hear. Kira, why are you being so selfish about your car? It's your sister's wedding. Mom's voice came through sharp and accusatory. Mom, it's not about being selfish. That car is my biggest investment. Investment? It's just a car. Family comes first, Kira. Vanessa needs it for her honeymoon. They've already planned their route based on having your Tesla for the charging stations. Wait, they planned their entire honeymoon assuming they'd have my car without even asking me first? Don't twist this around. You know how important this wedding is to all of us. Alexis rolled her eyes dramatically across the table. Mom, I'm sorry, but the answer is still no. I'm happy to help with the wedding in other ways. You're being ridiculous. Your father and I have always taught you girls to share. Share, yes. Hand over my $60,000 vehicle to someone who's never taken care of anything I've lent her? That's different. The line went silent for a moment. Well, if that's how you feel, maybe you should reconsider your role in the wedding. Vanessa's very upset. What does that mean? It means you're causing drama before her big day. Just think about your priorities, Kira. She hung up. 3 days later, Alexis called me, her voice unnaturally hesitant. Hey, did something happen with your family? Melissa just texted me asking if I'm still going to Vanessa's wedding since you're not. What are you talking about? Of course I'm going. I'm a bridesmaid. That's not what everyone's being told. Melissa said she got an updated invitation yesterday specifically mentioning the change in the bridal party. No way. They wouldn't. My phone dinged with a text from my cousin Jordan. Sorry to hear you're not coming to the wedding anymore. Everything okay? My stomach dropped as I read it aloud to Alexis. Kira, they didn't just uninvite you. They're telling everyone you dropped out. Call your parents right now. I dialed my father's number with shaking hands. Dad, why is everyone saying I'm not in Vanessa's wedding anymore? His sigh was heavy through the phone. Kira, after the way you've been acting, Vanessa thought it would be best if you weren't part of her special day. You've upset her terribly with this car business. So I'm uninvited to my own sister's wedding because I wouldn't lend her my car? You made your choice clear. Family means sacrifice, which you're apparently unwilling to make. Dad, that's completely... Your mother and I stand by Vanessa on this. I'm sorry you feel this way, but the decision is made. The line went dead, and I stared at Alexis in disbelief. Did my entire family just disown me over a car? I can't believe they're spinning this like I'm the villain. I paced around Alexis's living room, clutching my phone after the fifth relative had texted asking why I'd abandoned my sister before her wedding. They've always enabled Vanessa, but this is next level, Alexis said, typing furiously on her laptop. I just found their wedding website. They've completely removed you from the family section. My cousin Jordan called, and I put him on speaker. Kira, what's going on? Aunt Linda told everyone you had some kind of breakdown and refused to participate in the wedding. What? That's absolute nonsense. They uninvited me because I wouldn't let Vanessa borrow my Tesla for her honeymoon? Seriously? That doesn't sound right. Your mom told my mom you've been jealous of Vanessa's engagement and causing problems for months. Alexis interjected. Jordan, they're lying. I've been with Kira through this whole thing. She's been nothing but supportive until Vanessa demanded her car. I don't know what to believe. Jordan sounded confused. But Mark, Vanessa's fiancé, seemed really uncomfortable when I mentioned you yesterday. Mark? What did he say? I asked, suddenly curious. Just that he wished things had worked out differently. He seemed surprised when I said you'd chosen not to come. Alexis and I exchanged glances. Jordan, can you give me Mark's number? I think I need to talk to him. After getting Mark's contact, I called him immediately. Kira, I wasn't expecting to hear from you. Mark sounded genuinely surprised. Mark, I need to know what Vanessa told you about why I'm not in the wedding anymore. He hesitated. She said you two had a falling out because you were jealous and being difficult about wedding preparations. Something about refusing to help with anything unless you got your way. That's completely false. Did she mention anything about her wanting to borrow my car? For the honeymoon? Yeah, she said you promised to lend it to us months ago and then suddenly changed your mind to spite her. I never promised that. This is the first I've heard about your honeymoon plans involving my car. Wait, what? Vanessa said you two discussed it at Christmas and you were excited to help. Mark, I swear to you that conversation never happened. This is exactly why I wouldn't lend her my car. She lies and manipulates situations. The line went quiet. I believe you, Kira. Things haven't been adding up lately. The wedding planner quit last week after some blow-up with Vanessa, and now half the vendors are threatening to cancel. Can you connect me with the wedding planner? I asked. Actually, I think you should talk to Charlotte, our photographer. She overheard some things at the venue meeting. I'll text you her number. After speaking with Mark, I called Charlotte immediately. Is this Kira? Mark said you might call. A professional-sounding voice answered. Yes, I'm trying to understand what's happening with my sister's wedding. Look, I normally don't get involved in family drama, but your sister has been telling everyone different stories. She told the venue you were violently threatening her, told the caterer you were planning to disrupt the ceremony, and told me you were stalking her fiancé. What? None of that is true. I figured. The wedding planner Rachel showed me texts from your sister that didn't match what she was saying. That's why Rachel quit. I need to talk to Rachel. This has gone way too far. After getting Rachel's contact information, Alexis looked at me determinedly. We need a plan. This isn't just about a car anymore. They're destroying your reputation. You're right. I nodded, a steely resolve forming. And I know exactly what we need to do. The rehearsal dinner was in full swing at the Grand Palace Hotel when Alexis and I walked in. Heads turned, conversation stopped, and my sister's face went pale. Kira, what are you doing here? My mother hissed, rushing over to intercept us. I was invited by the groom, I replied calmly, nodding toward Mark, who gave a small wave from across the room. This is completely inappropriate, my father joined us, keeping his voice low but stern. You need to leave. Actually, I think we all need to have a conversation, I said, noticing Rachel, the wedding planner, and Charlotte, the photographer, entering behind us. I've brought some people who have interesting perspectives on what's been happening. Vanessa stormed over, her rehearsal dinner dress swishing dramatically. You have some nerve showing up here. Security will escort you out. Before they do, maybe you'd like to explain to everyone why you told the venue I was threatening you violently, or why you told Mark I promised you my car when we never had that conversation. The room grew silent as guests strained to hear. I don't know what you're talking about. Vanessa's voice wavered. Mark stepped forward. Vanessa, what's going on? You told me Kira promised us her car months ago. She did! She's lying now to ruin everything! Vanessa insisted, her voice rising. Rachel, the wedding planner, cleared her throat. I have the text messages where you specifically asked me to remove Kira from all wedding documentation and told me different stories about why. You said she was unstable in one text and jealous in another. You're all conspiring against me. Vanessa's voice cracked. It's my wedding week. No one's conspiring against you, Charlotte said calmly. But you've been spreading serious lies about your sister. My mother tried to salvage the situation. This is just a misunderstanding. It's not, I interrupted. You and Dad chose to believe Vanessa without even asking for my side of the story. You helped her spread lies about me to our entire family. Kira, I'm sorry if you feel... My father began. I don't want apologies. I want the truth acknowledged. Vanessa, did I ever promise you my car? You should have given it to me. What's the big deal? It's just a stupid car, Vanessa shouted, tears streaming down her face. So that's a no, Mark said quietly, stepping away from her. Mark, don't you dare take her side. Vanessa grabbed a champagne glass from a nearby table and hurled it toward me. It shattered against the wall, spraying liquid across several guests. Gasps echoed throughout the room. The hotel manager appeared immediately. Is everything all right here? No, I said calmly. My sister just threw a glass at me and I'd like to file a report. You're really going to do this? Ruin my wedding? Vanessa's voice turned venomous. I'll make your life hell, Kira. I swear I will. Are you threatening me? In front of all these witnesses? I asked, my voice steady. Get out! Get out! She screamed, grabbing another glass before Mark caught her arm. That's enough, Vanessa, he said firmly. This has gone too far. You promised this would be perfect, she hissed at him. Fix this. Mark looked at her as if seeing her for the first time. I don't think I can. The following morning, I sat in the hotel lobby with the security manager reviewing surveillance footage of the incident. We have clear video of the glass being thrown, he confirmed, pausing the playback. And audio of the threats made toward you. The hotel takes these incidents very seriously. I'd like to file for a restraining order, I explained. This isn't an isolated incident. Of course. I've prepared the incident report for your legal team. He handed me a folder with the hotel's documentation. My phone buzzed with a text from Mark. Wedding postponed. We need to talk. Can you meet me for coffee? 30 minutes later, I sat across from a visibly exhausted Mark at the hotel cafe. I had no idea how far this had gone, he began, rubbing his temples. After you left, Vanessa had a complete meltdown. She admitted to lying about the car, about you threatening her, everything. Why would she do all this? Control, I guess. She wanted your car because it was expensive and would look good in the wedding photos, not for any practical reason. When you said no, it became about forcing you to give in. And my parents enabled the whole thing. They're trying to damage control now. Your mom asked for your address to send an apology letter. Let me guess. They want me back at the wedding? There might not be a wedding, Kira. I've asked for some time to think. This showed me a side of Vanessa I can't unsee. Rachel, the wedding planner, joined us, sliding into a chair with her organizational binder. Most vendors have agreed to postpone without penalties after I explained the situation. The hotel is pressing charges for property damage, though. What happens now? I asked. Your sister has been asked to leave the hotel, Rachel explained. Your parents are with her at their house. The restraining order paperwork has been filed, and the court date is set for next week. My phone lit up with a call from my father. I answered, putting it on speaker. Kira, this has gotten completely out of hand, he began. Your sister is devastated. The wedding's postponed, and Mark isn't returning her calls. Actions have consequences, Dad. She made a mistake. We all did. Can't you forgive and move forward as a family? The time for that was before you all lied to our entire extended family about me. Before you uninvited me from the wedding without even asking for my side of the story. We're sorry, truly. Your mother is beside herself. Where was this concern when Vanessa was spreading lies about me? When you were helping her? People make mistakes, Kira. This restraining order is extreme. Threatening me and throwing glasses isn't a mistake. It's assault. She's your sister. Family forgives. I'm not interested in forgiveness right now, Dad. I'm interested in consequences. For the first time in her life, Vanessa is facing them. 2 weeks later, Alexis and I were having dinner when my cousin Jordan called. You won't believe this, he said. Mark called off the engagement. He sent everyone an email explaining what really happened with you and the car situation. Good for him, Alexis commented after I shared the news. Do you regret any of it? Jordan asked me. Standing up for myself? Never, I replied. For years, I let them walk all over me in the name of family peace. Sometimes the most important relationship to protect is the one with yourself. Later that evening, as Alexis and I sipped wine on my balcony, she asked, What about your parents? Will you ever reconcile? Maybe someday, if they're willing to acknowledge what they did and make real changes. But I won't accept hollow apologies just to keep the peace. You know what's ironic? Alexis mused. All this started because you wouldn't let Vanessa borrow your car for a honeymoon that will never happen. The car was just a symbol, I said, watching the sunset reflect off my Tesla parked below. This was really about respect, honesty, and standing up for the truth, no matter what it costs. I turned to my friend with a small smile. What would you have done in my situation?